Okay, so we're here with Jay again. I was going to ask you, is there a way to click down and get more detail on each influencer?
Oh, absolutely, yes. Unfortunately, this is a screenshot, so I can't click here. But
I mean, what kind of not so much the post? Do we have any kind of contact information or just aggregation of their accounts and different
no,
social media?
At this point, we are able to link directly to their profile. That's what we have at this point.
Okay.
But we're still working on trying to integrate their identity online and more of the contact info and all that. But we want to get to a point where it's consistent across all the channels.
Well, wouldn't pt2 be helpful in that respect?
I think so. That's what
you're
talking to them.
Yes. I think that they would provide the aggregation. I mean, at least for the U.S. market, but
right.
ultimately
that's the challenge.
For the but that's more a matter of funding on their part.
In a way, yes.
I mean, they need to scale, basically.
Yes.
That's our friends at Brandtology at the pt2 that were in the Wall Street Journal today, in fact, for the algo. Did you read that?
No, I haven't had a chance to read it.
I have it with me.
You mentioned,
I have it with me if you want to look at it. But I'm curious. Okay, so right now I'm seeing some very good stuff here. How time intensive is it to create this influencer list? Not from the client point of view, but in terms of Brandtology's resources. Is this really hard to come up with?
Sure. Well, in our system, pretty much 80% of everything is automated. The whole process, 80% is automated, and the 20% of the critical process.
Yeah, that's all the stuff. That's why you have the 135 people for the other 20%.
It is.
Because the 80% you only need 2 people, but for the other 20% you need all.
Well, the 80% it's a pretty smart R&D team that does.
The ones that I met, like.
Oh no, that she's part of the research team. So.
Do you not R&D?
No, Dorothy's more of the research side, and so you haven't had a chance to meet with our R&D yet.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Next time, you fly me to Singapore. I would be happy to be part of Brandtology Academy.
Sure.
Very happy to be part of Brandtology Academy. Out of curiosity, what else can you show me of the social media metrics that Brandtology is coming? And what is this version 2 or version? Is this
it's 2.5? This is version 2.5 for dashboard, and we will be rolling out more updates pretty soon.
What else was in it before? I mean, what?
I'd say this is another interesting metrics that a lot of our clients love to use. So how this works is a lot of companies do provide provide this kind of information. They give you the
the Sysomos does that pretty
top
well.
10 places where
right.
That's all great, but the other thing that we want to look at is the sentiment breakdown in these top 10.
Well, this is kind of difficult to get in Sysomos because they just only give you 10, but it gets kind of busy when you try to put it all together. This looks like a nicer way to visualize the information. And I see that you can drop down here.
Yeah, you could have it as an absolute value. I've switched to 100% here in the screenshot, so I normalize across the board, and I'm trying to get a sense of who's more positive and who's more negative towards my brand. The brand here is Apple, for example. So when I want to advertise, instead of blindly just spraying my advertising dollars across the site, which is usually more expensive, we're able to help them kind of see underneath and go into the specific subcategory places of discussion. Like Engadget is obviously, Engadget.com is going to be very expensive to advertise, but if they go down to Engadget Mobile, they're reaching more of their right target audience. Plus, they're advertising in places that are more positive towards them. If you want to promote new products, it makes more sense. It's more effective.
Right.
And same way, if you want to look at your competitors.
Yeah.
And then you look at competitors' info, you identify the channels that are negative towards your competitors, and then make sure you're positive there, and you advertise there. It's more effective.
Well, that's actually, I was going to speak to you about Glide technology, and their technology can resolve entity analysis between, and say this news is negative to you or positive to your competitor, and this news is positive to so-and-so people in your company. Do you guys have anything like that you're working on, or
in a positive, in the issue sense itself? Or?
In the sense of being able to take information that's coming and say, yeah, this is negative to me, but it's positive to them, and then break it down by entity, like person within or event within. They seem to be going, and that's automated, sort of like
Right. We do. And this bus clusters kind of does that. So when you zoom into bus clusters, we call it bus clusters.
Okay.
Think of it as Tag Cloud marries trending topics.
Okay.
So how this works is it's an automated process. So our system goes in all the posts and then looks at all the key themes that are being discussed,
Right.
and then coagulates them together here.
Right.
So the bigger the size of the font, the more the mentions.
Similar to Sysomos in that sense, but and to some of the others. But I'm wondering, and this looks pretty good. Whether, like it says, touchscreen patient.
Being
This looks
neutral.
This looks pretty good, actually. What you've gotten here with the touch screen. But what I'm wondering is what I've seen some of them, like Glide, begin to do with the Glide Technologies, which isn't going to be released till like the end of the year.
Right.
Is the ability to take content and come up with multi-phrased words
Right.
about it, and wondered. That seemed to be a lot of programming and stemming in order to irony and sarcasm and slang and so on.
So it's I would say it's just the way you customize the system. So if you're looking at a specific topic, let's say camera feature in all the focus.
Yeah.
Right. So that would be one of the topics that you would focus into, and then you can come in here and then you can figure out what are the other themes that people kind of refer to.
Yeah. Okay.
When they talk about your brand on that product feature.
Okay.
So it's just the way you just customize it, and you can kind of zoom in further. It'll give you further breakdown.
Yeah.
So you can go underneath pictures or whatever, and then understand which features people like.
Right. Right.
And you can go in deeper into the posts and understand what exactly is going on.
How hard is this to customize? You know, like in terms.
This is the way we set up the system. So
Right.
when we set it up initially, based on what the client wants to look at,
Okay.
our team will set it up for them.
Out of curiosity, recently I heard your prices had dropped somewhat. Are they dropped? Are you finding as a result of that a lot of new businesses opening up?
In a way. Well, pricing was never a big issue for what Brandtology had to offer, because even though we have a very, very, I would say, comprehensive service that includes human, I would say, social media experts from our side, helping out the brands and as well as the agencies we work with through the complete part of the service. Our offering is very close to what you would usually get with most of the automated tools. It's just that now I think we've priced ourselves in a more scalable sense, and we have different starting points. It just makes entry level easier.
So you get like even compete with Radiant 6 on $500 a month kind of thing?
It's even gone that low, to be honest with you, because there is still a human component involved, and that is
and they
still
don't.
research.
And they don't.
Yeah, and they completely don't.
Yeah.
But I would say it's not far from there, even if you want to go down to the more basic part of our service. It's pretty close to that. And you still get a lot of stuff.
Is there anything else you want to show me before shut this off? Is there anything new besides this that I just?
Well, these are pretty much the key part that I want to mention to you
Yeah.
about. You can go down to the posts and all that. I think I've
yeah.
about all these before.
Yeah, that's cool. And then you're going to invite me to the next Brandtology Academy. Yeah, I'm going to go. Am I going to be speaking at Brandtology Academy in Singapore or San Francisco?
I will put you in touch with my team who runs the academy.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
And I don't know if this is good shit. I want a good case study for my book. It's coming out next summer. Okay.
We'll work together on that.
Okay, thanks. I'm going to turn this off.